This is so exciting. We are on our way to Siem Reap in Cambodia. Hi, I'm Debbie.
And I'm Tim.
Welcome to Vintage Food Farm, or should I say, welcome to Cairns International Airport. So we are very excited because we are going to Cambodia and we've just been dropped off at the Cairns airport. We've got all of our luggage. This is not a travelling light video. So the reason we are going to Cambodia is the reason we go to most places overseas, and that is to learn what they grow and how they grow it and how they eat it and how they cook it. So we will go to restaurants, we will go to street food, we will look at a whole lot of local food, we will go out to people's farms and we will cook with them in their homes. We will go to markets and look at what they sell and look at how much they sell it for. So it's a case of looking at what other cultures and other countries do, growing the same sort of produce that we can grow in beautiful tropical Far North Queensland, Australia. We're both really excited and looking forward to eating some Khmer food. Such a great airport to fly out of because there is nobody. You can see how quiet it is. So because we live in Cairns, we really like taking Singapore Airlines because they go directly from Cairns to Singapore, so we don't have to backtrack back to Brisbane or Sydney. And then once we are in Singapore, which is about a 6.5 hour flight only, then it's only 2 to 3 hours to most destinations in Southeast Asia. So it makes it a really nice travel day. So that top flight there, that is our flight SQ204 to Singapore, and that is scheduled to leave at 6:20. But it looks like it's delayed a little bit and we'll leave at 6:40, but that's fine. We're not in a hurry. We do not mind travelling through airports at all. So this is what we travel with. We have one large bag each, which is fairly empty. And then we have one smaller travel on. And then we usually have a bum bag to put our passports or our phones or whatever in. We take empty luggage inside our luggage because when we come back from Vietnam or Cambodia or Thailand or wherever we go in Southeast Asia, we often have a case filled with woks and baskets and cooking utensils and everything that we need to cook fantastic Southeast Asian food. Here we go. So excited. So we arrived in Singapore at 11:30 Singapore time last night. So we've just been chilling. It is now 4:48 a.m. Singapore time. If you've got a layover at Singapore Airport and it's for quite a few hours, don't worry because there is a heap to do. Even though a lot of the stores are closed overnight, there's still enough open. And you can apply for a visa online, a really easy exit entry type visa. And you can do it through the app, or you can do it through the website. So this is something that we think is very cool, and that is that the trolleys are free. So you don't have to lug everything around. You can just pop everything onto your trolley. Our luggage is checked in all the way through to Siem Reap, which makes it really easy. And then we're ready to go. So we're now off to Jewel. And on the way we'll have to clear immigration, which does not take long. It is a really quick and easy process. So in order to go to the Jewel area, which is like a massive shopping centre with lots of entertainment and attractions and food, you need to get an SG entry card, which you can do through the app, or you can do it online, and it's very easy. You just need to fill out all your details. It's sort of like the old arrival card that you used to fill out on the plane, so it's just an online version of that. You can just scan this QR code and that will take you to the website so that you can get the Singapore arrivals card so that you can clear immigration and then you can come back in and get your flight afterwards. And the Jewel Centre is what makes Changi Airport so special, and that is like a massive shopping centre and it is like a shopping centre, but it has a hotel in it. It has a lot of food courts and eateries with local Singapore food. It has heaps of shops, and then it has a lot of attractions and like waterfalls and rides and all that sort of stuff. So we've got our SG arrival card, and we're now going to go through immigration so that we can go over to the Jewel Centre. If you've got to be stuck in an airport, Changi is a good one to be stuck in. How are you? Did I hear correctly that you do Cambodian reel now or not?
Now we don't have stocks.
But you do it?
Yes.
Okay, so did you just start doing it?
Only recently.
Yeah, okay, awesome. So don't rely on it, but maybe you can get Cambodian reel here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a great day. So I heard that Travelex now does Cambodian reel, which is actually really exciting because it's really hard to get Cambodian reel, but they are temporarily out of stock. But she said that they do definitely do it. So don't rely on it, but try and get your Cambodian reel. And that is at Travelex at Changi Airport. And then up here you can see they've got the free movie cinema. So if you want to go and see a movie to kill a couple of hours, you can do a Singapore tour. So if you are here for 12 hours or more, you could go, if you've got nerves of steel, you could go for a tour around Singapore on the Singapore bus tour, and you would get the, what's it called? The
SG arrival entry.
So you get the same entry that we're getting to go to the Jewel, which is the SG arrival entry. So that is just like a mini visa to let you out into Singapore. And you can go for a tour around Singapore and then come back to the airport and get on your flight. So you can see here, if you go up these escalators, and there's signage everywhere. There's the free movie cinema, which is an IMAX. There's the butterfly garden. There's a transit hotel, which is airside. And then there is a pay-per-use lounge if you want somewhere to chill out and have a shower and relax for a while.
We'll go down from T3, where we are here at the moment, on the air train down to T1, and then we'll enter Jewel from there.
So this is where you see everything in Singapore. So this guy has a luggage scooter that he can ride on. Can I film it? So look at that, is so cool. So it just folds up and then he rides it literally around the airport. So these trains are really easy to get on and off. And the next one is in 3 minutes, and that goes to T1, which is where we want to go to get to Jewel. You can see over the other side here, that one goes to T2. So we're in T3. This one goes to T2. But we want to go from T3 to T1 so that we can get to the Jewel. So after we've been to T1 and we show you the Jewel, after that we then need to go to T2 because that is where our flight to Siem Reap leaves from. Pro tip, hang on.
Welcome to Terminal 1.
Tim and I both love travelling, love plane trips and love airports. I don't know why. So all through Changi Airport are hundreds of very, very clean toilets and bathrooms, and there's multiple places as well that you can have a shower. So we've got off at T1 and now we're going to go down to the arrivals hall and we're going to clear immigration just down there, and then we're going to go over to the Jewel and show you how amazing the Jewel is. So I couldn't film too much in there because like any airport you can't film in immigration, but at the top of the escalators was a QR code, so you can scan that QR code and that will take you to the place where you can fill out the Singapore entry card so that you can come into Jewel. So 5:24 a.m. Singapore time, and our flight leaves at 7:45 a.m. So we've got an hour or so that we can spend in the Jewel, which is very exciting. So we just came out the door of the baggage collection area, and this is taking us to the Jewel, which I've got to say looks very closed. So the waterfall is closed, that's okay. So there's a few key things that I want to show you about the Jewel and why you would come to the Jewel. So the Jewel is like a massive shopping centre, but it's really interesting because it has stores from all over the world, and they're all A-class stores. So whatever the brands that you normally know, they are here, plus a lot more, and they're really high-end fit outs of those stores, so it's really interesting to see that. The other thing that's great here is the food court. Now, it's meant to be the style of a hawker food stall. It is sort of, but you can get some really good food there, so it's a lot more expensive than if you're in the hawker stalls in Singapore, but if you're in the airport, it is a great alternative. There's heaps of coffee shops open at this time of morning. And as well as the shopping centre aspect, as well as the food court, as well as the hotel and the movies, there is also a huge entertainment area on top of the whole building, which is actually outdoors, and that has restaurants and pubs and nets that you can crawl on and slides that you can go down. Lots of sort of artificial grass playground area for the kids. If you're staying at the Jewel and you have a huge layover and you are really tired, there are two options. One is to sleep wherever you can, and that if you have lounge access, good on you, but if you need to go to the lounge pay as you use, you can do that. But the other option is this place that we've stayed in a few times, which is Yotel Air, and they're really cute little pod rooms. They're very clean, very well organised. You've got a bathroom behind you with a glass wall, and then your bed, so absolutely tiny. But you've got your bathroom, you've got your TV, you've got all your charging stations, you've got your water and everything, so everything you need if you don't want to sleep out around the airport. It's a great option if you've got a lot of money. And it's really Japanese style with all these little machines that do different things. Really poddy, like the pods themselves. And then here you can check in. Can you check in and pay here?
Yes.
So you can just come in here and use the screens and the FPOS, and you can book and pay for your room and have a really nice sleep, and then get up and get on your journey nice and fresh. If you stay in the hotel, when you find out how expensive it is, if you just come outside the lifts, there's a defibrillator there for you to get your heart started again. This is so Singapore. So you can buy pure gold out of a vending machine. I am not kidding you. That reeks of money laundering to me. So we use booking.com for all of our accommodation just because that's what we do. But you can see here, so to stay at the Yotel is $338 for one night. Now, we've gotten a lot cheaper than that before, so they must be very busy, but still, that is a ridiculous amount of money. So what you could do is you could stay at the Yotel and not sleep on the benches around the airport, or you could sleep on the benches around the airport and you could buy yourself some pure gold out of the vending machine.
Industry. We produce uniquely Singaporean designs on our pure gold and silver pieces. We only produce limited edition designs of iconic Singapore images. Get a piece of our city in gold. It makes a perfect memento for your time here and a premium gift for someone special. All our products are certified pure and guaranteed. If you need clarifications, you can always contact us by email, phone, or visit us at our retail outlet.
Gold trading is set to find new glitter in Singapore. This after the government's recent announcement that it would exempt gold trading from the Goods and Services Tax or GST. Still, market players say more can be done to turn Singapore into a gold trading hub.
So they even have a news flash on the vending machine telling you why you should buy Singapore gold. And they're suggesting that you buy one for a friend as a travel gift. So it would want to be a good friend if you're paying 318 Singapore dollars for some gold. So Yotel was $318 for the night.
No, just for 12 hours. So just for 12 hours, not even a whole night.
So I said it was very expensive. If you've got a lot of money and you're very desperate, we have stayed there before, not that we have a lot of money, and it was really comfortable and it was a great way to get back on our feet after very long travel days. And we didn't pay $318, I think we paid about $200, so I think it depends on how busy they are, but it is an option. This is like Singapore Italian, and you can get this volcano pizza, which looks incredibly disgusting. So again, it's closed, but I will show you how big this food court is. And I think it's going to open fairly soon for breakfast, which I think we're going to miss, but that's okay. But yeah, all of these like really cute little food stalls or hawker stalls, fried ice cream, chicken feet. So this is a whole store that just does different flavoured chicken feet. Spicy flavour, lemon flavour, hot and spicy, and garlic flavour. That's pretty cool. So these guys are taking advantage of the place still being closed to do a bit of renovation work. And then right in the back here is the IMAX theatre. So that's a really good option if you've got a few hours, is to go down to the IMAX theatre and watch a movie. Look, Barbie's playing, and Barbie is everywhere. And she's having the best day, so you can come here and do your best Barbie pose. You know what this means, don't you? Hashtag Barbie. So it is really fun walking around Singapore Airport when it's all closed in the dark. And because there's only a few people and everyone is sort of very, very tired, it's a little bit like Walking Dead where there's just zombies walking around the shopping centre. And even though the Jewel shopping centre is not open, all around the airport is totally opened up. So there's heaps of food and coffee and everything that you would want in the airport area. So these people can't afford the Yotel. Where are you going?
Hi,
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh?
Bangladesh.
Oh wow! Bangladesh, welcome. Hello, how are you? You're from Bangladesh? Nice. So these guys, this looks like some sort of sporting group from Bangladesh?
Yeah, Bangladesh.
Wow, welcome. So just going back to the currency, so you may be able to get Cambodian rial at Singapore Airport at the Travelex only, but they were out of it. But you don't need Cambodian rial. You can start off in Cambodia with US dollars. The reason that you would want to choose Cambodian rial rather than US dollars, some of the time you will end up paying a lot less just because the currency is a lot smaller. You just tend to pay less when you're paying for things, especially food and things at local markets. And the other tip is make sure that your notes are in premium condition. So if you go to a money exchange and they give you ratty notes, the Cambodians may not accept them. So you've literally lost your money. So make sure that you get good quality notes in US dollars and in Cambodian rial. So that's where we started off around there this morning. We came all the way down here, went into the Jewel, came back into T1, and now we're going to catch this train up to T2. So if you use these maps, it's pretty easy to navigate your way around the airport. And you can always ask somebody, they're very helpful. So this is the ultimate marketing spin. So normally this would say cancelled or delayed. It's now retimed. That is so positive. So I suggest that if you come here a lot, you get this Changi reward, because this is how happy it makes you. It's a treat to be loved. we are getting closer and closer to Siem Reap, Cambodia. I'm pretty hungry, but I actually want to save my space for Cambodian food. Are you hungry?
I am.
What's the first thing you want to eat?
Here or Cambodia?
Cambodia.
Beef noodle soup.
I think I'm going to try and find some sour fish soup. Yum! This is the only reason we travel is for food, seriously. We've got some sort of impulse control problems. So that's what Tim likes there, kaya toast. So that is a Singapore or Malaysian dish. Very, very famous, very, very popular. And it is toast with a coconut jam, which is called kaya spread, and a big, huge chunk of butter, which is really yummy. And then a very, very undercooked poached egg that you crack onto it, which I'm not quite up for, but you know I love eggs, but it's very, very, it's like a cottled egg. So very, very runny with the kaya jam and the butter, and Tim absolutely loves it.
It's my favourite. The egg especially is awesome. With pepper.
Oh yeah, heaps of pepper.
Yeah, wonderful. And good coffee.
And here's another travel tip, and that is to be really trashy and wear socks under your slides or your Crocs. So there's a whole Crocs with socks thing, or socks with Crocs. We do wear Crocs at home, but when I'm traveling, I use the Archie slides because they've got really good arch support. So then when I'm walking around for miles and miles and miles, my feet don't get sore. And if I'm in the airport and on planes, I wear socks under them, very trashy. And then when I'm out in the streets of Southeast Asia, I just wear them as a normal slide. And they wash, so that's really cool when you are in the dirty streets of Cambodia. T2, let's go. So Tim's getting the passports ready with the boarding passes. He keeps them all in this little pouch so that it's easily accessible, and he puts his phone in there as well. And every time we go to get on a flight, we know exactly where everything is and we don't have to rummage through our bags. So tea shops in Singapore and in Malaysia are a huge deal. People pay hundreds of dollars a kilo for really premium quality tea. Look at all the beautiful cups and teapots. And there's heaps of these different tea boutiques. I love looking at tech stores in duty free. And have a look at this. This is the machine that you hold onto underwater and it pulls you along. That is so cool. So if you're going scuba diving or snorkeling at your holiday destination, this is what you need. And it is 1,120 Singapore dollars. So Siem Reap is going out of gate F35. So even though we are traveling to really hot tropical countries, we always take a hoodie on our flight because in the plane it can get sickeningly cold. So grab a hoodie, have some big pockets so that you can fit your glasses or your phone or your basics that you need with you all the time. And I will show you how you wear your hoodie in the plane. You sit down in your chair and you're not very cold right now because the flight has just started. But then as it gets cold, you pop your hoodie on the front of you. You put your sound counselling headphones on. And you pull your hood up over your face. And that way no one talks to you and you can listen to your headphones in the complete dark and go to sleep. And now we're going to go and get some food, and I'm going to show you the best place to eat in T2, hands down. So look for I think they call it the 24-hour dining level, and you can see they've got a heap of different options. So go up this escalator, and this is by far the best eating destination at Singapore Airport in my opinion. If you are really boring, you will eat at Macca's. Come over to this Straits food village, and the food here is so good. At this self-service kiosk, you order your meals and you pay for them, and then it prints out a receipt. Oh, look at that. And on that receipt, it has your number, and your number will then flash up on the light display, which I'll show you, at whatever restaurant it is that you've ordered from at that kiosk. So this person, 9719, now has their Japanese ramen ready to pick up. But they've got steamed pork buns, they've got all of these different sorts of dumplings and fried rice and wonton and Hong Kong dumpling soup. You should smell this place. So it is not as cheap as the outside hawker food, but it is fantastic for airport food. There's all the barbecue. And if you've got a layover in Singapore airport, Hainanese chicken rice. So Singapore is famous for its Hainanese chicken rice, and there are quite a few Michelin star chicken rice shops in Singapore, so they do it really well. So that's the Ramen King, and I'll show you what we normally get. So these are all noodle dishes. Yum. And then this, if you come to Changi Airport and you come to this food court, do yourself a favour and have the xiaolong bao, which are the soup dumplings, and we get them every time. So Shanghai xiaolong bao, which is soup dumplings, $7.90. So not the cheapest thing here, but fantastic. And then the other thing that you would want to get is over at this place here, which is the nasi lemak. Look at that. It's so good. We get this every single time we come here. And then they've got the laksa and chendol, which is a Singapore Malaysian ice dessert with crazy stuff in it, like jellies and corn and durian and anything that they can put in, they'll put into this chendol, and it is absolutely beautiful. And then they put coconut cream in there or whatever. It's just like a mix of stuff. And because the ice is so cold, it's just beautiful. Like, it sounds like it's crazy, but it's really, really yummy. So what are you going to order?
Some xiaolong bao, some dumplings.
Yep, soup dumplings.
Soup dumplings. And I'm going to get some kaya toast and coffee.
Okay. Credit card, dine in. So you choose your restaurant first, and we want Shanghai dumplings for me. And then we want xiaolong bao, and we want 2 of those. We want 1 each. So that's $15.80 Singapore dollars. And then we'll get a docket with a number on it, and then our number will flash up on the Shanghai dumpling store when our dumplings are ready. So to describe this place, it would be like a really fancy hawker stall. The food is, the food is beautiful, but it's not hawker standard, but it's still really, really good and better than anything that we would get in Australia of this sort of food. Just look at all those dumplings ready to go. And then over here, we've got some chili sauce and some pickled green chili, I would say. Yum. So excited. So whenever you have Shanghai dumplings, you'll have vinegar, which is black vinegar or Chinese vinegar, and soy sauce, and sometimes some sesame oil or some spring onion to dip your dumplings into. Because we're having soup dumplings, we need a soup spoon so that we can put the dumpling into the spoon, so that when we bite the dumpling and all the soup comes out, it goes into the spoon and doesn't get wasted on the plate. So we've got our number. Our number has come up here, and then we come and grab our xiaolong bao, which is so exciting. And there's some, is that soy sauce and vinegar?
Soy sauce.
Soy sauce,
Vinegar
and ginger. Awesome, thank you so much. This is so exciting. And when you become a professional xiaolong bao eater, you will know to wait a minute until they cool down, or that hot soup will burn you. Tim has got kaya toast, which is the toast with coconut jam and heaps of butter with the really, really runny eggs. And then you have that with a heap of pepper. And this one looks like it has chili oil with it as well. And look at the colour of that coffee.
Oh, wow.
Good?
It's so strong, but it's so sweet at the same time.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. So good. Kaya toast. So, pepper.
Yeah. If you can't handle really runny eggs like I can't, don't eat kaya toast, or don't get the eggs with it.
Dark soy.
Dark soy, yum. So dark soy sauce is the sweet soy sauce. So kaya toast is the toast with the coconut jam and a heap of butter on it. And he is going to dip that into the egg. And he will probably enjoy a spoon with that at some point.
At some point.
And then eat that.
Unbelievably good. It's so nice.
And then this is my dumplings with my soy sauce and my vinegar. And one thing you will notice about this place is they don't have serviettes, so they're trying to reduce waste and cardboard and paper and everything that's going to get chucked out into the universe, so that is why you can't get a serviette here. So we take our soup dumpling, and you can see the soup dripping out there, and we're going to dip it in a little soy sauce and a little vinegar, and we're going to take a bite. And just look at all the juice that comes out of that. Oh wow. So it's got the beautiful, meaty, tasty dumpling filling, and then this soup comes out of it. It is so good. And then with the vinegar and the ginger and the soy sauce, you've got the tasty, salty seasoned dumpling. And then you've got the sour vinegar and the salty soy sauce and the fragrant ginger, and it is fantastic. So we're going to leave you now and we're going to eat our food. So we're sitting right near the dumpling place where you get the xiao long bao or the soup dumplings, and heaps of people from all over the world walk past speaking different languages, but every single person says xiao long bao as they walk past. It's so funny. Even the pilots get xiao long bao. So Tim doesn't use a spoon. He just puts the steaming hot soupy dumpling straight in his mouth. It's like an explosion of soup. It is so good. So we've finished our food, and we are now going to go to our gate and wait to board our flight to Siem Reap, Cambodia. So even though you've been screened for your liquids when you come in, at Singapore Airport, when you go onto each flight, you have to go through baggage screening, so you can't take any liquids over 100 mils, and the liquids that you do have, you need to have in a small plastic zip seal bag, and I think it's roughly 5 lots of 100 mils or less in that little bag that you can take onto the flight. This is why I love Singapore Airport. I'm just going to read out some of the destinations that people are going to from here. Bali, Phnom Penh, Medan, Surabaya, Yangon, Penang, Phuket, Kuala Lumpur, New Delhi, Siem Reap, San Francisco, Chennai, Brunei, Hanoi, Da Nang, Manila. It is insane. People from here are going all over the world, and it makes the world seem really small. Bangkok, Ho Chi Minh City, Penang. There is not one place that I've said that I do not want to go to right now. So when we're in a place like Singapore Airport, it should be the jewel and the shops and the restaurants and everything that is the best part. But honestly, the best part is just watching all of these people and wondering, where are they going in this world? So that flight over there, they are all going to New Delhi, which in itself is fascinating. Some of them are going on holidays, some of them are going back to their homes. Just so fascinating that this many people from this many different places on this earth are all in one place. This is our gate, so these are all our fellow travellers to Siem Reap, Cambodia. So I showed you at Cairns Airport how once you've screened security with your empty water bottle, you can fill it up. It is the same at most airports around the world. So if you don't mind drinking filtered water from another country, and I suspect that Singapore is absolutely fine, then you can bring in your empty bottle and you can fill it up in this water station. So you put your drink bottle under here and fill it up. And then they also have hot, warm and cold water. And this, hot water taps in Southeast Asia are your best friend, because you can travel with a cup of noodles in your bag, which is dry, and if you want to save money and you want to eat something really cheap while you're traveling around Southeast Asia, you can fill your cup of noodles up with hot water and eat it. And that is a really cool way to save money in very expensive airports. In the airports in Cambodia and Laos and Thailand, they have little supermarkets like 7-Elevens, and they have a massive range of little cup noodles, and you go and buy your cup noodle and you take it to the counter, and they will actually put the boiling water in it for you so that you can go and sit on the seats, and that will cost you $1 something compared to $12 to $15 for a meal at a cafe in an airport. So if you're trying to save money, it is definitely a great idea. So we're going to board now, and then the next time we see you is in Siem Reap, Cambodia. Can't wait. So we're now on the plane, and when you get on the plane you get 2 little forms that you have to fill out. I won't show you the other side because it's got all of my details on it, and also a declaration form.
Welcome to Siem Reap, ladies and gentlemen. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is off. Please take care when opening the overhead compartments, and remember to take all your belongings with you. It's been our pleasure serving you on this flight. Thank you for flying Singapore Airlines, a member of Star Alliance.
We are at the beautiful airport in Siem Reap, Cambodia, and we are just going to get our luggage, and then we've actually got a hotel transfer that's going to pick us up. So Tim is getting yet another free airport trolley. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's really good. It's cost a fortune in Australia.
Yeah. And then we're going to grab our luggage. So I'm going to film us getting into the transfer, and then that's it for this video, but we've got another one coming up very soon where we will go through all the basics of travelling in Cambodia. So the first word you need to know in Cambodia is akun. Akun means thank you, and you will need to say it a lot. So we've just walked out of the airport, and now we have to find our airport transfer. Hello, how are you?
Oh yeah, good morning, sorry.
Good morning, that's okay.
Sorry.
So I'm Deborah.
Yeah.
So
I'm Lee, nice to meet you.
Lee, and you're going to take us to the hotel?
I'm going to take you to the hotel.
Awesome,
So
nice to meet you.
Please wait me 3 minutes, I'll bring the car in.
No hurry at all.
Thank you.
Akun.
Thank you.
So I did just get in a lot of trouble because I didn't realise that I couldn't film at the baggage end. So they had to look at my footage. So do not film inside the airport anywhere. It turned out they were fine and they let me come out and it was all good. But it was just after they looked at the sort of videos that I had on there. And because it's so cheap for an airport transfer here, in most hotels it's actually free. So even though they don't say it, always ask the question how much an airport transfer is. But if you can't get a transfer, you can easily get a tuk-tuk or a taxi right here. You do not need to worry. Always decide on the cost of the tuk-tuk or the taxi before you get in and agree on that price, and then you'll be absolutely fine. So that is our trip from Cairns in Far North Queensland, Australia, all the way through to Singapore where we had a layover of 8 hours, and through to beautiful Siem Reap in Cambodia. We're going to have a video out very soon on all the basics you need to know about travelling in Cambodia. But for now, that is it. If you feel like it, and only if you feel like it, like and subscribe. But most importantly, stay calm in the farm. So let's go into Siem Reap. This is so exciting. Beautiful air-conditioned van, very, very clean. And always shut the doors really quickly when you're in a Southeast Asian country so that it stays cool.
Oh. It's gonna take like 10 to 15 minutes from here to the hotel. Where are you from, sir?
Australia.
Australia. I'm from Cambodia.
Good.